What's going on, Moon Gang? Welcome back to another Dumb Money update for today, Tuesday, August 17th. And boy, oh boy, what another beautiful day to be an ape. Now, I know that you could argue it's always a great day to be an ape, and I agree with you. And among many other reasons on this particular day, it's great to be an ape because it feels like the momentum in AMC is finally starting to change from bearish to bullish, aka apish. I'll be discussing that in this video along with some other things, so let's hop right into it. When the market closed today, AMC was trading at 37.16, which was a gain of 4.12%. GME closed out the day at 163.55, which was a drop of 0.23%. And just so you know, just a little FYI, Robinhood closed out the day down 1% at 46.67. As you know, I am long on AMC, I am long on GME, and I'm short against Robinhood. But tomorrow, Wednesday, August 18th, when the market closes, Robinhood will have an earnings announcement. So there could be some volatility specifically in Robinhood tomorrow and the day after because of that fundamental driver. In terms of the market at large, the S&P 500 yesterday on Monday hit a new all-time high right as we were running into the president's comments about Afghanistan, specifically Kabul. And then today we had a sell-off early in the day, and then by the end of the day it retracted all the way back up. Some weird action. Right now I have no SPY position. I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out, but they try to push it down. Lots of whipsawing throughout the entire day, but by the end of the day, buyers step back in. So I wouldn't be really at all surprised if we somehow continue this trip upwards. Very, very strange. IWM, the Russell 2000. The reason we're talking about this one is just because AMC is a member of the Russell 2000. We had this weird breakdown today and similar action. It went down and came back up. But in the daily trend, it is looking a bit more weak. And honestly, to me, that's showing how much more strength there is in AMC, the fact that it's kind of fighting against that trend. But before we get into the technicals of AMC and the Ortex numbers, quickly, just so you know, as I'm filming this, there is some weakness in crypto. Bitcoin currently trading just below 45,000. I would say the next support is at 43.7. Dogecoin coming off of 35 cents, trading at 30.5. Next major support probably around 29-ish. Cardano breaking just below $2 as I'm filming this. I would say the next support maybe $1.90, maybe $1.70, and then Ethereum coming off of 3,300. Trading just above 3,000. There is good support around there. And below that, I would also watch 2,900. Right there, just wanted to give you a quick update of what's going on with crypto. We recently saw a nice push, and it looks like this is more of a breather. I would in no way would argue that this is necessary for panic or anything along those lines. So now let's switch it back up to AMC. Fundamentally, today was very, very interesting. So we have officially 4 green days in a row. And as I have in the red rectangle right here, we are finally at a region of resistance. In fact, today the high was a perfect hit off of this top trend line. That makes sense. We've been going up, up, up. We ran into resistance. The RSI was getting a little hot. I was talking about this on the live stream that when you see things like that, it's common for things to take a breather. Basically, the rocket ship engine just got a little hot. Like, there's not a big problem at all. No reason to panic. What we're looking for it is basically the RSI to calm down a little bit, and then for like a second, potentially a third test and a breakout. But we want to see it get above this trend line. Around tomorrow, it'll be in the mid 38s, and we still have this region from 40 to 42. That's why I have this in a red rectangle, because a breakout above that would be a very, very good occurrence for us. In terms of the Ortex numbers, I'll go through this quickly. They borrowed just over $2 million, and there was a net return of 4.74. The short interest is around 18%. Utilization around 92, and shares on loan after today, probably around 106 million. But I mean, that's a lot. 106 million shares on loan that could theoretically be short. Before I switch things over to GameStop, I do want to bring your attention to one thing, and this kind of connects to how I started this off, talking about the momentum. One of the biggest things that we've been seeing for a while now is AMC, not much volume, not much volatility, and definitely not that much action in the options market, but things are definitely starting to change. So this Friday, August 20th, there are the monthlies that will be expiring, and that's generally where you see more open interest, aka live contracts. And remember, every single contract is aptly representative of 100 shares. So for example, at the 40s, it's not 35,000, it's actually 3.5 million shares that's representing that theoretically might have to be hedged for by whoever sold it. I say theoretically because they're not going to have to. It would be this if they hadn't, right there, if they sold them and only sold, that would be 3.5 million shares. But obviously, they're going to have to hedge on their net position. They might sell some, buy some others. Obviously, there's a little bit more of math in there, but theoretically, it could amount to quite a bit. Because we don't know the proportionate rate of like what is hedged for, what isn't, what we care about is the trend. What is the magnitude? How many of these out of the money calls are going in the money? So right there at 40 for this Friday, we have 3.5 million. At 50, we have 1.5 million. And really 50 all the way up to 75. These are some heavy hitting numbers. And then if you go all the way down to the 145s for this Friday, we're talking about 6.5, 6.6 million. And that's just for this week, which are the monthlies. I highly implore that you check out the August 27th, September 3rd, September 10th, and then right here, the September monthlies, we're seeing similar stuff. I mean, if you look at the 40s, 3.5 million. If you look at the 45s, 1.5 million. The 50s, 1.3 million, 1.4 million at the 60s. There's a lot of action starting to pick up. Heavy money and bets going into the out of the money calls between now and really the monthly in September. Tons of money betting on AMC basically going up. Now, I'm not saying it's always a perfect methodology to follow it, but a lot of the times you follow these big money bets, it could lead to your own P&L going up. Once again, not a perfect methodology, but it is interesting to see how much money is going into the out of the money bets on AMC, specifically the 145s. This is another 6 million there. So between the August monthlies this Friday and then the September monthlies, I mean, we're talking over 12.5 million shares of exposure on a heavy bet. I personally find that to definitely be interesting, and I'm excited to see how it plays out, and I have my fingers crossed that they all end up going in the money. Now, with reference to GameStop, it's Ortex numbers. A net return of 118,000, short interest of 10.2%, utilization of 40%, and shares on loan of 6.74 million. In terms of GME's chart, right here, we're still struggling at this 168, 164 area. We've been closing here, but we shoot up to 170 and it gets max. I would love the breakthrough in the test of the key psychological level of 175. It's really the region between 174 and 176, but it's just easier to call it 175. And from there, if we capture that, then I'm watching 188 all the way up to 200. But once again, we're seeing some green days in GME. We just need to see some follow through. But overall, AMC looking good, GME looking good. Crypto taking a bit of a breather. Honestly, it might lead to a nice buying opportunity. And if you're paying attention to Robinhood in the slightest, just understand that after the market closes on Wednesday, August 18th, it does have its earnings. So there could be volatility leading up to that and exactly after it as well. But overall, the main thing right now, AMC, I'm loving the bullish, the apish momentum that we're seeing. And I'm very excited for the remainder of this week. But with that being said, I would love to get your thoughts on anything I talked about on this video in a comment below. And if you want to help me out with that algorithm, you know about dropping a like, subscribing, all that good stuff. But most importantly, until I catch you next time, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.